Okay, so get this, right? Someone swiped a cookie. And not just any cookie theft. This one's got everyone stumped.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Smith family. Seemingly normal, love their chocolate chip cookies. You know the type.
Right, sounds like a classic setup.
Totally. And you've got this whole file on the case. The details are wild. It's like one of those true crime documentaries, you know.
Yeah, itcha.
April 14th, just a normal Tuesday. Smell of fresh-baked cookies wafting through the house. You can practically smell it.
Setting the scene.
Exactly. And there it is, the cookie jar, 12 cookies, counted out, 12.
No.
Mrs. Smith, she's very specific about that detail, 12 cookies.
12 cookies, that's our starting point. Gotta be sure, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The cookie constant in this whole thing. Anyway, so Mrs. Smith, she's out in the garden, 2:37 p.m., sunny afternoon.
Timeline. Crucial in any investigation.
Right. Like clockwork. 8 minutes later, she's back. Boom. Cookie gone.
8 minutes? That's not a lot of time to pull off a heist.
You would think, even for a cookie.
Makes you wonder, what constitutes a solid alibi anyway?
Seriously. And that's where the suspects come in.
Because who else could it be, right? It's
Yeah.
always the family.
Always. First up, Billy, 10 years old, classic kid, loves his video games.
Ah, the gamer, holed up in his room.
Exactly. Claims he was glued to his PlayStation, totally oblivious those 8 minutes.
The old too busy to notice defense, classic.
Right. But here's the thing, Mrs. Smith. She's thorough. She checks his hands, and guess what? Sticky. Like suspiciously sticky.
To stick sticky fingers, eh? Sounds like we're onto something.
He's saying it was juice, but come on.
Juice, yeah, right.
Exactly. Everyone knows juice doesn't leave you with cookie dough hands.
It's those little details that give it away.
It's like in forensics, right? Trace evidence.
Exactly. One little smudge can change everything.
So, is this it? Did Billy's sweet tooth finally betray him? Or is there more to this sticky-fingered situation than meets the eye? But hold on, we're not done yet. There's still Emma, Billy's older sister, 17, the studious one.
Oh yeah, Emma, what's her story?
Claims she was studying since 1 p.m., no breaks, totally focused.
Oh, by the clock, she's in the clear, right?
Seems like it, but, and this is where it gets good, Mrs. Smith, our detective in the making, she goes to Emma's room. And remember, we've got those details, right, about Emma.
Yeah, the personality profile, meticulous, organized.
Exactly. And the room, it's like a museum, everything perfect.
No crumbs, no smudges, too perfect.
Just starting to think what I'm thinking.
Like, is this super organized or is it staged?
Right. Like those online profiles, all curated, hiding the chaos.
Makes you wonder, what's behind the facade?
It's like that classic detective thing. Order equals good, mess equals guilty.
We love to categorize, don't we?
Totally. But hold up a sec before we jump to conclusions. We've still got Mr. Smith, our mechanic, hands full of grease.
Oh, yeah, him too busy fixing an engine. Right?
Exactly. At least that's his alibi. Couldn't be bothered with cookies. But, and this is big but Mrs. Smith, she notices something. A smell, a faint smell of chocolate in the garage. Can you believe it?
Chocolate and engine oil, not exactly a classic combo.
It's like finding a clue that doesn't belong throws everything off.
Definitely raises some questions.
So what does it mean? Is Mr. Smith hiding something?
Or maybe, just maybe, there's a simple explanation.
Like what?
A chocolate bar in his toolbox, a forgotten candy wrapper, you never know.
I guess we do tend to see what we want to see, right?
Our minds love to connect the dots, even if they're not really there.
True. But, and get this, just when you think we've heard it all, there's a twist, a genuine unexpected twist, a note. Okay, so just to recap, we've got Billy, the gamer with the sticky fingers, right?
Right.
Emma, super organized, maybe too organized.
Suspiciously clean.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's Mr. Smith, our mechanic, with that weird chocolate smell.
A real head scratcher.
Totally. It's like a classic Whodunit right there in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But then, and this is where it gets crazy, a note appears.
A note, like a confession.
That's what I thought. But it's not that simple. They find it that night, stuck to the fridge.
On the fridge.
Bold move. Right. And it's short, really short. It just says, I took the cookie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Please forgive me.
Please forgive me. That's interesting.
It's like they wanted to get caught, but also not really.
Trying to have their cookie and eat it too, maybe.
Maybe. But here's the thing. The handwriting. It's not a match. Not Billy, not Emma, not Mr. Smith.
Whoa, so we've got a mystery guest star.
Right. Someone's playing cookie caper with us.
This whole thing just got a lot more interesting.
You think. Like, why even leave a note then?
To throw you off the scent, maybe? Misdirection?
Could be. Or maybe they just like the drama of it all.
Maybe, who knows? But that's what makes these cases so fascinating.
It's true, those little details that make you question everything.
Exactly. And sometimes there's not even an answer, not a good one anyway.
So what do you think? Was it a simple craving, a prank gone wrong, or something more? The case of the missing cookie, it remains unsolved. But hey, that's life, right?
Hmm.
Full little mysteries keeps things interesting.
Keeps us guessing, that's for sure.
Until next time, keep those thinking caps on and maybe lay off the glees. You never know when someone might be watching.